The Royal Mail seem to be in the news at the moment. They have been for some time for all the wrong reasons. And you look at all the scandal to do with the post office and everything that's come out about the issues with the postmasters being put in prison for a long time and the compensation they're owed. Doesn't leave a good taste in the mouth, does it? Do you still use Royal Mail for a lot of your stuff? You know, they're responsible for a lot of things. You go in for forms for different things, driving license, passport, post letters, pay money in. I have to pay money in my one down the bottom of the road because the bank that I am with have closed pretty much all their branches locally. So I don't have much choice. So people do rely heavily on the post office. Now, in the age of the internet, the World Wide Web, where we've got emails and various communications going back and forward, you know, not as many people would rely so much on the post. I think it'd be fair to say, you know, the good old fashioned going and posting a letter. And I've had it on good authority that the Royal Mail and the post office are transitioning more towards parcels rather than letters. I mean, we get days really where we don't get anything at all, and then all of a sudden it all gets dumped on us instead. Now, the price of stamps has been going up and up and up and up. It's getting to levels now you think, geez, how can they justify this? I mean, look at this that I looked up. How much is a first and second class stamp in the UK? Cost of a first class stamp will rise to 135 just 6 months after another price hike. The 10p rise will come into force on April the 2nd, 2024, so 2 days ago, while a second class stamp will also rise by 10p to 85p. First class stamps already rose from 110 to 125 in October 23, with April's increase the fourth in 2 years. Now, you can imagine what a book of first class stamps would cost now. I've also been told on good authority, don't bother with first class stamps, go second, because, you know, instead of two different deliveries, one prioritised over the other, apparently now they're all treated with the same weight, so it's not worth it. But you imagine going into the place, getting a stamp, lick and stick, shove it in the post box, and that's the end of it. Then what happens at the end of the line? I want to show you something now. Now, this is an example of something where, you know, the receiver of a letter is asked to pay a fee of £5. And you can see a tick there, counterfeit stamp. Now, this is one of the newer stamps with a barcode just to the right of it. In this case, a second class stamp. And there's a lot of them which are coming up as counterfeit. Now, that all looks genuine to me, you know, and no problem at all. And there's a couple of media outlets that have investigated this. You know, Royal Mail are actually investigating. The senders insist, you know, the sender of a letter insists that they bought a genuine stamp. And when it gets to where it's going, they're told it's counterfeit and the receiver's got to pay £5. It's being looked into. There's numerous instances of this going on all over the country. Britons have bought first and second class stamps from a post office in both post offices and small supermarkets. When Post Office Limited receives stamps from Royal Mail, it's via way of secure printers. So really, there shouldn't be any issues where there's any counterfeit problems going on. Following a meeting between the Post Office Minister Kevin Hollinrake and Royal Mail Chief Executive, Royal Mail has reportedly committed to investigating this issue. While a formal investigation is not understood to have been launched, Royal Mail assured the minister it's working with retailers, including Post Office, to identify the source of the problem. Mr. Hollinrake said, we spoke to the Royal Mail and we're investigating, and they're working alongside the Post Office and other retailers to try and ascertain the source of the problem. Now, I do wonder whether it's a misprint in the barcode or something like that, but it needs dealing with, particularly if you you know, want to maintain any level of confidence within the service whatsoever, it has to be dealt with and it has to be found and stomped on. Is it somebody nefarious, or is it literally a manufacturing issue with these barcodes on these stamps and they're coming off as counterfeit? You tell me. I have no idea. Do you work for the Royal Mail? Perhaps you can shed some light on this. Leave a comment and we'll see what happens with this. Anyway, thank you. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel. Share the hell out of my stuff. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.